Howdy, howdy, folks. Diecastbuffet here again with yet another diecast to review. And this one, folks, is a fan favorite and quite trending as of right now. Just won at Kansas. Yes, Chase Elliott, Mountain Dew. Easily one of the best looking rides he has raced. I mean, this car is phenomenal. It raced at the Clash in February. Sure enough, he would go and win Kansas with it. This car is beautiful. I mean, just look at the paintwork. See if I can get a good close-up on it. I mean, look at that. That is just beautiful. The sparkle, it just looks great. The number, I mean, one thing I really like about it is the gray accent borderline around it. So the three main colors I'm seeing is green, black, but also gray as an accent color, and that looks really well. That looks really good so far. The first thing that I noticed I'm not a big fan of is this blue square. I wish they would have just left the Napa octagon on the side. That's one thing I've noticed with some of the Hendrick cars is, like, for instance, like when Dale Jr. was racing, they would have his Mountain Dew logo on like one of his cars instead of it just being the Mountain Dew logo. It was a green square with Mountain Dew on it. It threw the paint scheme off. I don't know why the sponsors are super picky about that. I wish they weren't, because it personally makes the paint scheme look more sloppy, but it looks really good either way. I'm still super happy I got this car. And in fact, I've been sitting on this car for quite some time, and I just been kind of waiting for the right moment to open it up. But man, this car happens to be a race winning car. It was raced, as I mentioned previously, at the Clash, wins at Kansas, and now I have two of the three Chase Elliott winning cars, and I will own all three. Trust me. As soon as the Watkins Glen ride is available in 164, not in pre-order, but actually available where I can see the car, I am going to order that in a heartbeat. But yeah, this one is considered a race-winning car now, and I'm so glad to have it. I think it's time to get it out of the package, folks. Let's do it. Here it is out of the package, and as you can clearly see, this car is very shiny. I mean, let's get a good close-up. Now it's out of the box. I mean, just look at that. Look at those little sparkles. They did a really good job imitating this paint scheme. A really good job. Really good job indeed. So starting off, I mean, the car has pretty much three main colors I see. I see obviously green. I see black, but I see like a silver or a gray. And I gotta admit, that is such an excellent choice of colors. The gray around the number, it looks really good. Gray is a neutral color. It can go with anything, and it often does spruce up paint schemes. It's something that I really enjoy. I really like the style of it. It's very simple, you know, a really nice a custom paint job, if you will, with just a normal double racing stripe over the hood and the roof. I mean, the Camaro body, I mean, this is one of the first races for the Camaro in the Cup Series, if you remember back in the Clash. But this car is such a very good looking one. It's one of the best ones of the year yet again, in my opinion. I mean, I'm seeing it on track. It doesn't, this diecast, as high quality it is, it just doesn't do it justice seeing it in the sunlight. I mean, I remember it hitting the high banks of Daytona, just seeing the sunlight on it. Whew, that was a good looking car. Shame it didn't win, but yeah, great looking paint scheme. Great looking paint scheme indeed. Now let's kind of look at the quality of this said car, and again, NASCAR Authentics, they do such a great job with these with these $5 cars. I mean, to me, it's crazy how I ordered like the Keselowski Darlington throwback, right? It has the Miller Lite sponsors on it. It comes with a custom base because it's an alcohol beverage or whatnot. Yet the sides of the car were moved up, like it was smudged. And I seen a video of someone else who was reviewing it, and they had the same issue. And I'm like, really? So that car being so historic already, but it was one of the more popular releases of the year, being a throwback, and it's Brad Keselowski with Rusty Wallace's paint scheme. The car, like the actual like mass production mold, the paint scheme was off. Something about it was off. And then you pay $8 or $9 for it, sometimes even more, depending if you pre-ordered it or something. And the paint scheme's not even, it's got flaws on it. And then you go to your store and you buy a $5 diecast with way more decals and complicated stuff, and it's absolutely perfect. Like look at this, folks. I don't know about you, but I don't see any defects. I don't see any smudged decals on this diecast. I don't. Look at that. I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't. How a car that is $5, it has better quality than a car that is $9. I don't understand it. And that's one of the problems with Lionel, is their inconsistency. Much like NASCAR as a business model, their diecast reflect that pretty well. So I guess they're got realism going for them. But nonetheless, though, this is a beautiful paint scheme. Definitely one I'd love to add to my collection. I remember seeing it on the track and I wanted it. Sure enough, I found it at my local retailer. A great piece to add to the collection. As a Chase Elliott fan, I used to be a Dale Jr. guy. I still am. I used to be a big Tony Stewart fan. Jeff Gordon, I liked all of them. And Chase Elliott, I knew when he was coming up through the Xfinity, the Nationwide Series, I knew he was going to be my guy. I knew that was going to be the driver I was going to cheer for after Junior retired, because I was starting to think about that before Junior retired. And sure enough, everyone else had the same idea. So Chase is my favorite driver. He's such a good dude. This particular diecast, though, did come with a hood, magnet, not actual plastic hood, unfortunately. It's just a flat one. I prefer the plastic ones over just the magnet, but nonetheless, so it's a pretty cool piece. I mean, that looks pretty good. You got your green, black stripes. It's just something about it. Green and black look really good together, and with it being Mountain Dew, it has that kind of like modern, I don't know what you would call it, but it's got like a culture vibe to it, like a modern street kind of culture to it. Really nice aesthetics. Anywho, I really do like this diecast. I think they did a great job with it. They captured the car and the special paintwork that was put on it. Like this was actually worked on. They made this metal flake or whatever you want to call it. They made it look really good on track, and they at least capture that in the diecast. I remember the normal Napa car for Chase Elliott. That car, it had glitter all over it. It looked like it was a race winner. I mean, it had little speckles everywhere. It was way too much. This one, let's see if I can get a good look at it. I don't see that same consistency of like the glitter overload over the black decals. I mean, it probably still is there a little bit, but it's not an overload, which I think is very important because people are really nitpicky about their diecasts. So, yeah. This is the first Chase Elliott car I am reviewing. I hope to be able to review many, many more in the future. Anywho, though, if you like this video, please leave a like below. If you want to see more content, please subscribe to Diecastbuffet. I'm trying to put out good content almost every single day. I'm trying to upload You know, I take time out of my own personal life to be able to do this. I absolutely love every single one of my subscribers and followers on Instagram. Speaking of which, go follow me there. You can check out my builds, customs, stop motions, and everything else I'm doing in life over at Diecastbuffet on Instagram. Anywho, thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one.